Hey guys, and welcome back. All right, so next month, we're already halfway through February. Can you believe that? Halfway through February, next month is ORSY Cleanup Month. And so what we've been asked to do here on the Layman's Terms podcast, boy, I say that 10 times. Anyway, what we've been asked here is to show one of the features that SIS has that a lot of people know that it's there, but they don't really know how it really works, or some little tips and tricks to make it work better for them. And that's printing barcodes. I know that when I was a rep and I had, I cleaned up my fair share of bins, is getting those labels. Because a lot of times what happens is sometimes they get greasy, sometimes they get ripped off, sometimes they're just not correct anymore. Sometimes you have to replace something that's discontinued and you're going to put something else in its place. You want to make sure that that barcode actually does scan. Sometimes that happens. So what we're going to focus on today is we're going to actually do some barcode printing, and I'm going to show you how easy that is in the SIS program. We'll switch over here. All right, cool. All right, there's a couple of different ways of doing this. One is the kind of the straightforward blunt force method. I guess I call it the big sledgehammer approach, but it's just simply typing a part number in. Click part number, click add, and it gets put down here in the list. Pretty straightforward. You can go into some of the other features that it has by click on this barcode batch entry up here in the upper right hand corner. And if I want to add 1501, 55500, now let's do 00 and 92. I only know 6 part numbers, so I'm trying to diversify my my part number ranges here. One of these days I'll do it. And then we're going to add the barcode. That's how you do it. So now I have these 3 part numbers in here. If it sometimes will show up no description there, that is a graphical bug. It's not a big deal. It still has the part number because it uses this number for the barcode. So another way you can do it is using an Excel spreadsheet. Again, barcode batch entry, barcodes bulk import. And this is super simple to do, especially if you have a big bin takeover type project and you want to bring in a lot of barcodes. So you can do that first column in an Excel spreadsheet and bring them all in at one time. That's really what it does. So another way you can do it is by going in through inventory management and then going to parts. So if you know a part number or a prefix or something to that effect, you can come in and you can, like I said, I just typed in 0892 and I'm going to select 3 part numbers. These are the 3 I want to add to that. And then you click this little barcode here, add to barcode. And then that's how you do it. Then I have the ability of coming back to barcodes, barcode collector, and all of these are in there. When you're ready to print your labels, click the check box next to the ones you want to print and print barcode. Little printer icon. If the labels that you want to use, the Avery 5160s, and I think the other one is a 5180, don't quote me on that. The difference between the two is simply paper type. One's designed for an inkjet, the other one is designed for a laser jet. I generally buy whatever's on sale at the office supply store, and that's usually the office supply store brand. So Office Depot, Staples brand, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. And then that's what you use there, start, copies, etc. Then I'm going to create barcodes 1. Is down here in the bottom. And this is a PDF. It's ready to go. And it should be in the format that it's ready to go. Now, that's how easy it is to print. Now, for some reason, the SIS Next software does create the second page. Generally, what I do is I'm going to show you some tips and tricks here to make this thing work a little bit better for you. So when I print, I generally print just the active page I'm working on, not all pages. So that will, if you have 2 pages, for example, that will prevent the custom page 1. I only want to do page 1, so I'm only going to do page 1. I can print this. The other thing that you may want to do, some tips and tricks for this, is that you may want to only print a box at a time. So if you have the 24-hole assortment boxes and there's 24 in there, you may only want to print 1 box at a time. That makes it super easy to come back and say, okay, these sets of labels go to box 1, these sets of labels go to box 2, box 3, etc. You can also break it up and make it smaller batches, like 15 at a time. Sometimes, like for example, this one here, you notice that the description is not there, so that forces the barcode up. And so if that is enough to throw it off, let's say the next line that comes in and it's slightly up, you may want to play around with it a little bit, but for the most part it should work just like it's supposed to. The margins should line up just like they're supposed to, but that's all dependent upon the browser that you're using and the printer driver, if it's up to date, and also the type of printer that you're using. Sometimes one of those 3 can be off just a little bit, and it's enough to make a label not line up exactly the way it's supposed to. So I always encourage folks to do them in small batches. That way you decrease the likelihood of something messing up. And if you do, it's only going to maybe mess up a half page instead of 17 or 18 pages, because these peel and stick labels can get kind of expensive if you're printing on a large scale. So again, those are some tips and tricks. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great March, and we'll be coming back in the next episodes, hopefully with the vending, because I'm lining some stuff up. I'm really hoping that the guests that I'm hoping to get on the show here are going to really bring some insight into the program and kind of get an insight of actually the nuts and bolts of vending itself, how to get started, how to really maximize what these vending machines are capable of doing, and also kind of when it marries to the SIS, increase your likelihood of getting paid on these products. Man, I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great week. If you need us for anything, feel free to give the tech line a call, 1-800-864-6561. We appreciate you taking the time and watching what we got. See you next time.